Bonjour everyone. Newcastle 3, Brentford 3, Eddie Howe's first game from home. Still without a win, Newcastle. Oh, and still in the dark, like us.
Oh, it's very dark.
Very dark. Very bleak times. Very dark times. Kind of feels like a loss to me that the day. I was didn't enjoy it, to be honest. I was stressful times. Went 1-0 up and conceded very quickly. And it was just, that was the story. The game went back and forth, and forth, wide open, like watching fucking the Lakers versus Miami Heat. 3-3. And good going forward. You can see the effects that Eddie Howe had on the team in training a lot better. However, the defence is hopeless. The defence is obviously, the majority is from the Championship many years ago. Caldolo belongs in the Championship.
Yeah.
Not good enough at all. And results have went completely against her. Of course they have. And we're 5 points adrift. Watford.
Bottom of the league.
Bottom of the league, please. Thank you.
Like that,
do you like the Championship, do you? 4-1. Watford beat Man U. And every other new manager won the day, but Eddie.
Well done, Eddie. Good start.
Gerrard won for Villa. Smith won for Watford. Smith won for Norwich, sorry. And Howe drew against Brentford. 3 goals conceded at home today, mate. It's not good enough, man, is it?
Yeah, like, I will say that I think the performance was good. Like, obviously Eddie Howe's only been in for 2 weeks. Unfortunately, he wasn't in the dugout today. I think the performance was a hell of a lot better than what we've seen in recent months and years.
Yeah.
Like, we were on the front foot, we were pressing high up, we had possession for a fucking change, scored 3 goals at home. If you look at it that way, great performance. But we conceded 3 goals at home to Brentford. That's the bad thing. Like, that's where things have to change. Like, it is early doors. Things don't change overnight. Like, there was performances, there was some positives to take out of it, but there was also a hell of a lot of negatives as well. So Eddie Howe definitely has his work cut out.
Why?
We started 19th. He came into the team as we're 19th. Now we're 20th. Now we're rock bottom. We've got a tough game next week against Arsenal.
Very tough.
I think the ones afterwards, Norwich and Burnley after that, if we don't get maximum points out of that, we could well be doomed. It could be over before it's even began. We've got January around the corner. That could be a massive month forward, depending on who we can get through the door.
It's not too late.
Depends on who wants to come to a bottom club. So yeah, disappointing. I think if all that considered, like the possession, the attack, the 3 goals at home, if that was like a top 6 club, if that was like Chelsea or City, we'd be absolutely buzzing with it.
Yeah.
But because it's newly promoted Brentford, it feels like a defeat. We've scored 3 goals at home, which is fantastic, but we didn't get 3 points. Like, it has to improve. We'll have to turn draws to wins. Like, we've done okay this season in terms of not losing loads of games. We've got quite a few draws under our belts, but it's turning 1 point into 3. That's what's going to get us relegated.
It is, isn't it? I mean, the worry is that Bruce and Ashley have already done the damage, haven't they?
Oh yeah.
Middle of November, end of November.
Sorry for Eddie Howe, yeah, because he is coming into a team that is destined for relegation because of the way that we've been left.
Yeah, and like you say, there was huge improvements today. There was what was great to see was a lot more players in the final third, a lot more players pressing, a lot more players wanting the ball, getting on the ball, making things happen. Yeah. Obviously scoring 3 goals. Joe Linton, arguably his best game in Newcastle shirt. Should have maybe got the winner at the end, tried to cut back his left foot and slipped.
Yeah,
should have hit with his right, but his play overall was brilliant. Got a goal in the first half. Shelby as well was unreal, to be fair. Shelby was absolutely brilliant. I mean,
very good game, best.
Eddie Howe's we'll take a little seat here, shall we? Eddie Howe's said during the week about how important John Joe Shelby was going to be for Newcastle, and we've seen today that was the best I'd seen him in years.
Oh, in years, yeah. Like, we're talking about Joe Linton. Like, I think Joe Linton's been going under the radar this season and even like the second half of last season. I've been impressed with his performances, even though I know a lot of Newcastle fans haven't been. Not everyone's been great, so I don't know if it was his best performance in Newcastle shirt, but it's definitely up there.
Best in a while.
Definitely, but in terms of John Joe Shelby, yeah, best in years. Like, rejuvenated, like looked up for us, playing some passes, actually looking for it instead of just whacking one up. Like, we've seen that too many times. The ball comes to him, boots one player, doesn't even look up.
Yeah.
So, much better performance from John Joe Shelby. Happy with him. Obviously, Eddie Howe spoke quite highly of him yesterday. Says he can be an important player, which is good because we've seen it. He is technically one of the best players in the Premier League, and Eddie Howe said that. He's got all the technical abilities. Eddie Howe just needs to teach him how not to be a lazy bastard.
Consistency.
That's the only thing that's keeping him down. Like, his work rate and consistency is plummeted. So hopefully Eddie Howe can shove a boot up his arse and bring like
big one.
Like the Liverpool and the Swansea John Joe Shelvey back, because that John Joe Shelvey was up class. I was buzzing that we signed him, but in the Steve Bruce era, the last 2.5, 3 years, he's been dog shit, and he's one of the first people that I would put on the transfer market in January. But yeah, if he's going to be a new John Joe Shelvey, like an older John Joe Shelvey, one with a work rate, one with effort and determination, then I'd quite happily keep him and have him in the starting 11 week in, week out.
Definitely. Big game next week with Arsenal, and then big out week against Norwich and Burnley, where Newcastle need to stop the leaks at the back and continue what they're doing. Like I say, Howe's had a good impact there. There is positives to take in the style of play and the chances created, the goals scored, but that defence is horrendous. Dubravka needs to come back in as soon as possible, and Newcastle need to get a win as soon as possible.
It's getting a little bit too close for comfort. That Norwich in the space of 4 days, I think it is, Norwich and Burnley the week afterwards. We've got them massive week for this football club.
Drop your comments below what you thought of today's game. Subscribe to the Magpie Channel TV and enjoy yourselves.